everyone, welcome on back. Another Halloween project going on here. When we made these little containers, I said I would come up with some kind of other alternative, a box that would be easier or cheaper for you guys to make. This costs about 58 cents for a 6-ounce jar. So some people might not want to pay that much. So I thought I'm going to come up with something else that they can use their just regular cardstock with. So what I thought about, first I thought, I made this box because I'm like, okay, well, maybe you want to give this more like a gift to some people. So I made a box that this fits perfectly inside. You can use this box either for this, or you can use this box for candy. Now I know it's kind of big, but you don't have to fill it all the way up, but it's kind of cute. So you can use it for either way. So if you still want to use the jar and you want to give it a gift like this, it'd be nice for a nursing home, teacher's gift, for the neighborhood kids, and then they open up and they get another surprise. But if you don't want to use a jar and just want to use the box, you know, just use the box. This box was, where's my thing here? You could always kind of make your own box a little smaller. It's about 3 inches, a 3-inch square box, okay? So you can use it different ways. So let's put this aside. We are going to need our paper. We're going to do it in orange this time. We got a cutter. All right. So first of all, I did kind of write everything out a little bit so we wouldn't be too confused. So the first thing you're going to do, you're going to need a sheet that's 9.5 by 10.5. So let's cut that down first. So we're going to go 10.5. By 9.5. I was like, you know, I made that container. I thought, well, the container is really cute. I'm going to make a box for it. But then I thought, well, I don't have time to make 2 different videos for you guys. So I'm like, just use that for candy too. Okay. I think we need to score. Yep, that'll be good. Do I need another piece? Yes, we will need another piece. So we're going to need another. We got that one. And we're going to need another piece that's 3 by 3.5. Because this box is a little bit bigger than paper is. So we have to kind of piece together a little piece, which is okay. It'll work. Okay, so we got to take off another sheet. So a 3 by 3.5. By 3. By 3.5. Make sure I cut that right. Get these scraps out of our way. So now we got to do some scoring and some cutting. So the first piece is simple, easy. We'll score that one quick. I'm always losing stuff. Not that one. I need this one. On the 3.5-inch side, all we're going to do is score at a 1/2 inch. Okay. Score at a 1/2 inch. Okay, now let's get this in here. I know there's a lot going on here, but I will work you through this. So we're going to put this way, which is on our 9.5-inch side. Okay, so I'm going to try to put this in here. And okay, so first we're going to score at 1 inch. Now there's a couple of tricky scores in here, but bear with me. We're going to score at 1 inch. Okay, and then we're not going to score that. We're going to skip this one for now. So we're going to score at 1 inch. We're going to skip this 2.5 for now because I want to do the other lines first. So we're going to do a score at 1 inch. We're going to score at 4 inches, 7, and 10 for right now. Okay, so 1, 4, 7, and 10. Don't get scared. Okay. So we got 1 inch, 4 inches, 7 inch, 10 inch. Okay. And then we're going to turn. We got our 1 inch strip along the top here. And we're on the 9.5, or the 9.5 side. Now we're going to score at 3. And we're going to score at 6. Okay, so now we want to turn it back because we got a couple scores in here that are only going to connect. If I can show you. Here, I think I got a red marker. Should have did this for you first, but we don't want these scores to go all the way through, so we're going to score down to that 6-inch line on this side. So it'll be the first, so we're going to score from the top down to that first score line that goes all the way across, okay? We're going to score at, so we got our 1-inch score on this side. Now we are going to score at 2.5, and we're going to go right down to this 6-inch score here. So I'll put my finger here, so we're not going to go any further than that. So we're going to score at 2.5, and we're just going to stop right there, okay? And then we're going to go down here. Well, we'll flip it. It'll be easier for you guys. We'll flip it. So then we're going to go over here. So here's where we scored at 7, and then we have our 6-inch goes across here. We are going to score at 8.5, just down to this score line here, okay? So that's what we did here. All right, now we are going to flip it this way. And now we have, on this side, we have our 1/2 inch. So I just flipped it like this. The 1/2 inch is here, and the 1 inch is on this side. That's going to make a difference with this 1 inch in it. So we don't want to lose track of that. Okay, same thing. We are going to score at 2.5. Nope, no, we're not going to score at 2.5 this time. We're going to do it. That's going to confuse you guys too much. Let's just take it. All right, we scored. We already scored 2.5 this way, sorry, and at 8.5 here, okay? So let's just do it this way. You guys are going to get too confused. We're going to just flip it this way. Leave the 1 inch on this side. Then score at 2.5 right down to that score line. That first score line you'll see, okay? Then we're going to go 8.5. 8.5. All right, so let's get this out here. So if you guys want to take a screenshot. So this is the 1 inch side over here, and this is our 1/2 inch side over here. And you can see we scored at the 1 inch. We scored at 2 inches just down to the first score line. We scored at 4. We scored at 7. We scored at 8.5. And then we scored at 10. So you may want to do this side first, the 9.5 side first, and do your 3 and your 6 first. And then you can go ahead and do your 10.5 side and then do all your scores. So then you want to go back, okay? So there's what we got. Okay, let's get this out of our way. We don't need this. And like I said, you can make smaller versions of this box. All right, now, wherever you see, and I'm going to keep the 1 inch to our left, just so we don't get confused. Keep the 1 inch, because you got a 1 inch here and a 1/2 inch here. So wherever you see the X's, we want to get rid of those first, okay? On this side, I'm going to start with the big one here. Let's ignore the little one for now. We are going to get rid of this first one. That's where that score line is. So we're going to get rid of this and this big one. Did I miss a score mark? I did miss a score mark, guys. Sorry. Oh my goodness, this one is just going downhill already. How did I miss that one? So we missed that 9 inches. So let's make sure I have this right. Put this up here. So we got the 1 inch up here. Okay, so we got our 1 inch along here. And we forgot to do it. We forgot to score here at 9 inches. Let's see, where did my... Okay, so on this side, you would do a 3, 6, and a 9. Okay, so now let's get back to cutting this off. Flip into our 1 inch side over here. So we got our 1 inch side. We have a 1/2 inch score on the bottom, a 1/2 inch score along here. There is no 1/2 inch score along here, okay? So if you can see that, we got a 1/2 inch along the bottom, a 1/2 inch along the side, and then this side has our 1 inch score line. All right, so now we are going to cut off this whole section here. So this big square, the little ones there. So cut all that off. Take the score line with it. Come back your glue. Okay. Take that off like that. Then we want to get rid of this one. Get rid of that one too. Do not need that one. Okay. Now we're going to come over here. Now on the bottom here you can see there's 3. We want to get rid of all 3 of those. So we'll start with that. We'll get rid of all 3 of those little rectangles. Once you get the cutting and the scoring down, you know, I kind of just made this up out of a whim here. Just like I originally was just going to make this and not make, but you know, you can use that for both things. Okay, so we got that so far. So let's see what we have. Okay, now we want to get rid of this big one here. So we're going to get rid of these 2. We don't want those 2 either. Okay, so this is what we have so far. So you can see what we got rid of. Now we're just gonna flip it this way. Don't want to confuse you too much. And on this one, we have the 2 big rectangles here. So these 2 we're gonna get rid of. Sometimes when I'm designing stuff, boy, do I go through the paper. Sometimes I make stupid mistakes. I'm like, well, Jean, you knew that. Okay, same thing. We're just going to get rid of the 2 on the end. So the big rectangle here and that 1/2 inch rectangle. Get rid of those. Okay, now we have what looks like this. Okay, trying to line it up there. So we got rid of all those. Okay, now we need to do, let's turn it this way. So I have some extra lines here. So we just need to cut up a little further on this one. So we're just going to cut along just up to that score mark there on both sides of that. Just cut right up to it. Okay, so that's got a little flap kind of, and then flip it to the other side. And flip it to the other side like that. Okay, so now we have all this, and this with the inch one is going to be our top. But now you're thinking, what was that other piece for, Jean? What is that piece for? This piece we're going to glue on to the end. So we need 4 sides, right? So all we're going to do is where that 1/2 inch is, we are just going to glue that right on there like that. Okay, so to find that piece, you keep, this is your 1 inch fold up there on top, okay? That is going to be your flap right here. Okay, so that's why we want that, and the 1/2 inch is going to be your bottom. Don't worry about that. Okay, and then this one will fold in, and we need the other side. So we're just going to glue this down here. Just line it right to the edge and in between both score lines, so you don't affect your score lines. It really is a simple box once you get past the first one. Okay, so we have that. Let's go ahead and do some angle cutting. We'll make it a little easier. This one we're going to angle cut. So this one, leave our flap alone. I'm gonna do a scallop on that one instead. Leave our flap alone, but angle cut just about everywhere else. We're gonna angle cut. Cut that one. We're gonna cut that one, other one. And I think we are okay if we do not angle cut these inside side pieces. I think it went together okay, if I remember right. So we're gonna try not to do it. If we have to, we'll go back to it, but I think it was okay. Make sure that is in there. And just all we're doing is scoring on our score lines right now to get our score lines. Make sure. And see, then our box is going to go together like this. So this is where our bottom is. Okay. It's going to go in. And it's going to go around. Do not touch your lid. Do not glue your lid. Do not touch your lid. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to glue down here on the bottom. Yeah, let's angle cut those. I think it'll be a little nicer. So let's go ahead and angle cut those too. It'll go together okay, but I think it's just a little nicer. And this one. Don't worry about how much you take off or anything like that. Angle cut is an angle cut. Now remember, do not glue anything to your flap. We're going to start with the bottom. And we are just going to glue in like this. Okay. And glue that one in like that. That's how we're going to start. Think you have everything folded in and you find another one. Okay. Square it all up nicely. And then you can lay it down, lay it down. Yeah, I did screw up my first one and I glued that lid down. Like that doesn't work. Okay, put that one in. Get it down. Don't touch those ones. Don't touch this one yet. Okay. And then now we'll bring this one in and we're going to glue it to this one. And we're going to glue it to this side. So we're going to glue it like that. Okay. You may want to start with just one, or you may want to be brave and do them both. Go that way. Let's put glue down there and glue on that one. And we are just going to bring it in and make sure it's squared. Okay. Just hold it for a bit until it grabs. Once it grabs, then I can flip it and get in there and then rub it down. Okay, now you have your cute little box. Now, for this, we're not going to fold it in. And it shifted on me. Let's go back. Okay, we're not going to put it in like that. I'm going to leave it so it hooks on the outside. Because we are going to kind of do... We are going to take our corner punch, since I have my scallops sitting here from another project. We are just going to do our corners with the scallop. You can do a regular corner punch. You can do whatever you want. I kind of like the scallop. Okay. And then we are going to hook some Velcro on the outside of that. If I can get my box. So we're going to hook some Velcro on the outside. So I got some. One is good for these boxes. So I'm going to put one right about in the middle there. Okay. Square up my box. I'm going to kind of close it up, and we're just going to kind of make sure. Now, because I can't get in there, it might pull off. Ah, it stayed on. Pull it apart. Nope, it didn't stay on. So sometimes I take and put a little dot of glue, because if it's going to pull apart on me, I got to know where it's going to have to go back, right? So I'm going to line that up and then bring it up. And then we can take our bottom. Some of this Velcro is really, really sticky. Okay. Then give it a good push. Now that'll have to dry. Now, decorating is up to you. You can use some Halloween paper and do some overlays. I'm not going to do that because it is just, you know, for Halloween, and you know how I've said it before. The kids will probably just throw it away, right? Okay, let's close that up. So instead, I'm just going to take, like this one I just threw on some stickers. So let's just take, I knew I shouldn't have been in such a hurry. Okay, so we are just going to, what do I have? Okay, this will be the front. I think we'll put a little, if I can get it off. Okay, I think I'll just put this like little haunted house right about there. And I think I'll put a little, not on this side because that's going to cover. Yeah, we'll just put the haunted house on this side. Let's put another one. I just grabbing whatever in my stash. I'll put a little haunted house on that side. And let's take a little bat like he's flying around up there. And I will do the other side. These haunted house ones are little sticky little ones. And let's see. I have the bat on that side. Let's put the bat over on this side. And I won't decorate the back. Okay, so I'm going to close this, but we won't open it back up. Okay. Now on top, what do I want to? Oh, I brought a whole bunch of things out here. I think we'll take this little guy. So this sticker says Boo, and this is felt, and there's a button. He's so cute, and he's sticky. I think we'll put him on top. And there. If I had a smaller bat, but I don't, I'd put a bat on the front side too. The bat looks cute. Simple as that. And like I said, you can use this. This one's dry, so we'll play with this one. You can just fill it with candy and go. An apple would even fit in there. There you go. For the people that want to give them more healthy stuff, an apple or an orange would fit in this box. And the kids won't know until they get home. So there. But you can put like the little toys that they have, you know, mixed with some candy. Or, you know, if you're one of those that throw money in. I remember when I was young and we'd get the pennies. We'd get pennies back then. And we would get so excited when there was pennies in there too. So there is another way to, you can either put your jar of candy in and give that as a gift, which I think these would be lovely for the nursing home. You know, they need to, you know, share in Halloween too. You know, give this a teacher gift. Like I said, a gift card does not fit in the jar. You could get a bigger jar and it might fit. Or just go ahead and fill this with candy and you have another way to give out candy. But I think that's going to be it for this year for my Halloween stuff. because I'm running out of time already. So I hope you guys like this one and like the jar that we made in the last video. And as always, if you guys could give me a like and subscribe so we can grow this channel a little bit more, I'd appreciate it. And I will see you in the next one, guys. Bye, everyone.